الصالحات ثم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا ما بعد. Inshallah, this is a continuation of the letters, the Arabic alphabet. As you can see, in the last class we stopped at the letter, how the is being written at the beginning and how the is being written in the middle and at the end. So today we'll be looking at the next letter, which is letter Ra. Letter Ra, that is how Ra is being written. So this is letter Ra. Ra at the beginning looks like this. Ra at the middle, in the middle and at the end look like this. And Ra, when it is standing all by itself, it looks like this. Same thing also is applicable to Zai. Zai at the beginning, Zai in the middle and at the end, and Zai when it is all by itself. This is Sin at the beginning, Sin in the middle, and Si at the end. This is how it looks like. So Sin, Shin, Sod, and Bod, they are alike in writing. So Shin too at the beginning look like this, Shin in the middle, and Shin at the end. Sod looks like this, Sod at the beginning, Sod in the middle, and Saw at the end of a word. So if you intend writing any of all these, be it at the beginning or at the middle or at the end, so you need to master all of these, how they are being written at the beginning and how they are being written at the middle and how they are being written at the end. So this is letter Bob at the beginning, how it is being written, and letter Board in the middle, how it is being written, and letter Board at the end. And this is Paw at the beginning. So all this dash, as you can see here, all this sign, all this dash before the letter, all this dash, they are the link to connect this letter, the letter before them. Why the dash by the next side or by its side, its left hand side, they are also the link to connect the letter after it. So this is Paw at the beginning, Paw at the middle, and Paw at the end. This is also Zaw at the beginning, Zaw in the middle, and Zaw at the end. This is Ain at the beginning, how it looks like, and this is Ain in the middle, and this is Ain at the end. So all these are the next parts. So by this also, these are the letters. So we have the Fatha. We all know this is letter Ra. Then we remove the R followed by the Fatha, which is A. So it becomes Ra Fatha Ra. So it's not Ra. So it is pronounced as Ra, and there's a reason. Inshallah, we'll get to that. So this is Ra Fatha Ra. Zai Fatha Za. Sin Fatha Sa. Shin Fatha Sha. So the SH plus the A, which is Sha. Sod Fatha Saw. Dod Fatha Do. Do. Po Fatha Po. Po. Vo Fatha Vo. Vo. Ain Fatha A. Dal Fatha Da. Tha Fatha Tha. Kha Fatha Kha. Ha Fatha Ha. Jim Fatha Ja. Tha Fatha Tha. Ta Fatha Ta. Ba Fatha Ba. And Hamza Fatha A. So the next page also is a continuation of the remaining letters when they are being written at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. So this is Ghain at the beginning, how it looks like, and this is Ghain in the middle, and this is Ghain at the end. This is Fa at the beginning, Fa in the middle, and Fa at the end. This is Qaf at the beginning, Qaf in the middle, and Qaf at the end. This is Kaf. How Kaf look like at the beginning is like this. It is different from its letters. This is Kaf in the middle, how it looks like, and this is Kaf at the end of a word. This is Lam at the beginning, Lam in the middle, and Lam at the end. This is Mim at the beginning, Mim in the middle, and Mim at the end. Likewise to Nun at the beginning. You will see that Nun somehow alike to letter Ba. Just that Nun here it has dots on top, while letter Ba has its own dot below. Letter ba has its own dot below. So that is the difference between nun and ba. This is ha at the beginning, ha in the middle, ha at the end, and ha when it stands alone. When it is alone, it looks like this. That is, if it is independent, without attaching itself to the letter before it or after it. This is wa at the beginning, wa at the middle, and at the end, and wa when it stands alone. This is ya at the beginning, ya in the middle, and ya at the end. So these are the letters in which we assist us to be able to write words and join them together, inshallah. So once we perfect all these letters and how they are being written at the beginning, in the middle, and in the end, we'll be able to form sentence. We'll be able to join two or more words, two or more letters to each other to form a word. Be it if the word is meaningful or not. As far as we are able to form a word, we'll form a word with those letters. So these are the letters also with the fatha that we've discussed in the last class also. So this is ghain plus the fatha. So gha fatha, gha. This is gha. So this is fa fatha, fa, fa. This is qaf fatha, qa, qa. And this will be ka, ka fatha, ka, ka. This will be la, la. This will be ma, ma, na, na, ha, ha, wa, wa, ya, ya, zo, zo, to, to, sa, sa, do, do, sha, sha, so, so, ha, ha, the, ra, da, da, za, zai, fatha, za. This is a, hamza, fatha, a, kho, tha, ta, and ba. So this is where we'll stop today, inshallah. In the next class, we'll look at the next topic. But before we round it off, inshallah, there's something I would love us to know, something that I've compiled that is a little bit beneficial. So we love us to try and take note of them. And these are, I say that there's something to take note of when writing Arabic, because all of these are being taught for us to be able to write Arabic. So one is that Arabic alphabet does not use upper or lowercase letters like we see in the English or in the Latin alphabet. Those way we have the capital letters and the small letters in other language in the English alphabet. The Arabic alphabet has no such. It has no upper or lowercase. The letters are the same. They are being written the way they are, without maybe smalling a letter or to make a letter bigger than the others. No, thinking that it is the capital letter. No, all the letters are the same without having any upper or lowercase. Two is that there are 4 forms each of the Arabic alphabet can take. So in writing a letter on alphabet in Arabic, the letter can either come at the initial stage, that is at the start, or it can be in the middle, or it can be in the final, that is at the end, or it can be isolated, that is it will stand all by itself. Example, like this now, as you can see in this letter nun, this is how nun is being written at the beginning. So that is the first stage. 2 is that this is nun in the middle, which is the medial, that is the second form. This is nun at the end. So nun cannot be isolated, it can't stand itself. It's not all letters that can be isolated. Some letters are isolated, like ha, as you can see. That's why here it is 4. And also letter ta also, in the last class we treated that. Letter ta. So this is ta when it is isolated, when it is all by itself. So these are the 4 forms in which a letter can come in place. 3 is that Arabic alphabet is written and read from right to left, unlike the English, which is written from left to right. But the Arabic is from right to left. As you can see here, when I wrote this Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, I started from here, so it goes this way. It goes this way, from right to left. But unlike the English, it started from the left, then move on to the right. 5 is that Arabic letters can be divided. 4 is Arabic letters form words by connecting them together. So if you have to form a word, maybe 3 or 4 letters, you have to join them together. As you can see in this, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, the ba joined with the sin, the meme, so they join together. This connects with this, this connects with this, this connects with this, this connects with this. Unlike the English, in which each letter stands all by itself without attaching itself to other letters. So they are all by themselves, unlike the Arabic, in which they join together to form a meaningful word. 5 is that Arabic letters can be divided into 2 groups according to their positions. So letters are of 2 groups. The first group is that the independent letters. What is independent letters? These are letters that can only be joined to a preceding letters, but never to a following letter. And these independent letters are 6. They are Hamza, Dal, Za, Ra, Zai, and Waw. These letters are letters in the sense that the letter that comes before them, they will attach themselves to these 6 letters. But any letter that will be coming after any of these letters will never attach itself to it. I will give example for clarity, inshallah. Let's take, for example, we have let's say letter Fa plus letter, let's take one of all these letters. Let's take Da for an example. Then followed by, let's say, Sin. So in this, if you want to join them together, this is how it will be. Fa, Da, and Sin. You notice that the Fa here attaches itself to Da because it comes before the Da. But the letter that is coming after the Da, which is Sin, will never attach itself to Da because Da is an independent letter. No letter can attach itself to it. As far as that letter comes after it, it must stand alone. Let's take another example. Let's say we have Qaf, for example, followed by, let's say Waw. Then let's say we have Lam. So in this, in 4 minutes, it will look like this: Qa, Wa, and Lam. As you can see, so Qaf attaches itself to Waw, but Waw did not attach itself to Lam because it is an independent letter. Let's take one more. Let's say we have Mim plus, let's take one of the letter. Let's say we have let's take Dal for an example, or Zai. Let's take Zai. Let's say we have Shin. So in this is how it will look like. To be Ma, Za, Sha. As you can see that Zai did not attach itself to Shin because it's an independent letter. So that's how it looked like. This is the first group. So group 2 is the dependent letter, which says that these are letters that can be joined to a preceding letter and also to a following letter. That is, they attach themselves to a letter before them and also to letters after them. So they are the rest letters apart from those 6 letters that we've mentioned earlier. An example can be given. Let's say we have Nun attached to, let's say, Board, and attached to, let's say, Ba, Ta. Let's say Ta. In this, informing them, it will be Na, Nun, Bo, and Ta. You see that all the letters are attached to themselves because they are all dependent letters. They attach themselves to each other. Let's take another example. Here we have Ba plus, let's say we have Ka plus, let's say we have Mim. So in this, informing it will be Ba, Ka, and Mim. That's how it looks like, as you can see. Let's take another example. Let's say we have Sword. So we have Sin. Let's say we have Tor. So in this, it will look like this: Sword, Sin, and Tor. So they attach themselves to each other. So this is the second one. This is the independence. They depend on each other. That is, they attach themselves to those before them and to those after them. And the last is rules is that some letters change shape according to their position. in the word. That is, all these letters are Ain, Ghain, Kaf, Ha, Ya. When these letters comes in the middle of a word, this is not how they will be written. They will change form in total. They will change form totally. So these letters they change form. Example, let's say we have let's say 5 plus, let's put any of this letter at the middle, let's say Ain, and let's add Sin. So this will look like this, Fa, Ain. You notice that, look at the Ain, but once we add the Sin, the Ain will change. Hope you see. But once the Sin is being removed, this is how it looks like. It is curved. But once it has been attached to the next letter, which is Sin, it will change. So the Ain there change. In which this curve here, this curve is being removed and it is being joined with the next letter. Let's take another example. Say we have Ta plus, let's take one of this letter at the middle. Let's say Ha, for example, and then let's add it with Dot. So in this, it will look like this: Ta, Ha, and Dot. Look at the dot. Look at how the dot changes. The dot changes. The same thing with this here, as you can see in the middle. Let's take one more example. Say we have Fa plus, let's take Ya, and let's take Lam. So in this, to look like this: Fa, Ya, and Lam. Look at the Ya changes. It look like Ba, as you can see, just that it has 2 dots. So it will look like Ba or Nun in writing, but it has 2 dots below. So these are the things that you should take note of when writing or joining letters to each other. Inshallah, I'll stop here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us some understanding of this, and may He make it a successful one. هذا وصلى اللهم وسلم سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.